In Real Madrid's golden era, when Champions League titles became routine and the weight of the world pressed down on every match, there was one player who embodied magic in the middle of war: Marcelo. While others brought power and authority, Marcelo brought joy, chaos, and creativity. A fullback who dared to play like an artist, who turned defense into attack, who made the left flank his personal stage. His football wasn't just effective, it was poetry, appearing on impossible nights when a spark was needed to break what seemed unbreakable. He wasn't a guest in that dynasty. He was a protagonist. 5 Champions League titles, leagues, cups, achievements that place him among the greatest. But what makes Marcelo eternal isn't the trophies. It's that in every one of them, there was a dribble, an assist, a moment of brilliance that shifted the story of the match. Marcelo was the perfect accomplice. The partner who understood Cristiano before the ball was even requested. And that connection, repeated again and again on Champions League nights, was one of the reasons Real Madrid ruled Europe. Because if Cristiano was the executioner, Marcelo was the key that opened every door. And when they came together, victory was already written. There was a moment when football witnessed one of the greatest goalkeeper primes ever reached, and it had a name: David De Gea. De Gea was a top 3 goalkeeper in the world at a time when making saves was not enough and the context demanded constant miracles. He didn't defend a solid structure. He didn't play behind a dominant backline. He stood behind a Manchester United that had already lost control of its own greatness. And still he answered. Matches that should not have been won, draws that should not have existed, defeats that never came because someone refused to accept them. That was his prime. Impossible reflexes, hands appearing when mistakes had already sentenced the team, saves that weren't celebrated like goals, but were worth exactly the same. In that period, De Gea wasn't just the best player at United. He was United. The last great player of a fading era. The last one who held the badge upright while everything else was collapsing. With him, more than a cycle ended. The illusion that the club was still the same ended. After De Gea, Manchester United was never again that giant that commanded respect simply by stepping onto the pitch. His greatness is not measured in collective trophies. It's measured in something far more uncomfortable: how long he delayed the fall. Because there are players who lift golden eras, and there are others who carry the remains when the era is already dead. David De Gea was that, the last wall, the last stand, the last memory of what United once was. When you talk about the players who defined the last decade, his name always comes up, because Mohamed Salah was constant dominance. A silent reign that turned his left foot into a weapon feared across the world. In the Premier League, the most demanding league in football, he broke goal records, shattered statistics, and tore apart defensive systems. With an impossible mix of speed, precision, and lethal instinct, every ball that fell to his left foot was a sentence. Every run he made turned world-class defenders into spectators. With Liverpool, he didn't just score goals, he changed destinies. A historic club that had been asleep for years found in him its pharaoh, a silent leader who brought glory back. The Champions League 2019 wasn't just a trophy, it was confirmation. Salah had earned his place among the best in the world. And the Premier League 2020 was the cry of a people who had waited decades for that moment and found it in his left foot. His legacy will remain in history because Mohamed Salah wasn't just a goal scorer. He was the pharaoh who stopped empires, the one who dared to challenge Guardiola's City, the one who brought Liverpool back to the top of Europe. Imagine being so great that you became the greatest player in the history of an entire continent. Heung-min Son, the greatest Asian footballer of all time. A man who was born far from the spotlight and ended up shining brighter than all of it combined. On the pitch, he was fast, yes, but that was never the whole story. He was precision in motion, the speed of lightning paired with the mind of a surgeon. He ran more than everyone else, but never without purpose. Every stride was calculated, every movement carried an idea. He's the kind of player nobody hates, the kind who inspires even those who don't support his club, the kind who scores a goal and somehow makes the whole stadium smile. His charisma is as real as his talent. He doesn't intimidate, he connects. And when the world offered him shortcuts, he turned them down. He stayed at Tottenham when many would have left, because for him, loyalty meant more than a contract. Because some loves aren't measured in trophies, but in commitment. Some conquer with goals, some conquer with titles. He did it with something harder to earn, the respect of everyone.